Coming to you live from the MediaPlex in downtown Windsor, this is a presentation of St. Clair College Journalism.
It's Friday morning, so you know what that means. It's time for Friday Live. Good morning, everybody. I'm your host, Albert Sharp, bringing you the inside scoop on today's latest news. In our first story of the day, Windsor Police Service continued to search for the driver involved in a fatal hit and run on a 7-year-old child. Currently, the police are investigating a silver minivan matching the description of the vehicle found on scene. Police are asking that anyone who may have security or dashcam footage from Sunday night on Drouillard Road to Lausanne Parkway and Riverside Drive East to Tecumseh Road, please review it and turn any potential evidence over to the police or anonymously over to Crime Stoppers. The Bulimia Anorexia Nervosa Association, also known as BANA, is dedicated to helping people who struggle with eating disorders. Simranjeet Kaur reports.
Be Yourself is a mental health and wellness magazine launched by BANA. Luciana Rosso-Ciazza, executive director at BANA, tells what the campaign is.
And it was really to take our platform and expand it so that we can expand our messages and deliver it in a virtual platform to businesses, different organizations, and people in the community.
They have hidden more than 100 colorful rocks in Windsor, Essex, with positive messages to explore the social media with inspiring thoughts.
Now let's shift our gears over to this weekend's weather. Zach, do I even dare ask that it be good?
You can, and I will say it'll be good for at least one day. But then we have big changes on the way. Currently, it is 9 degrees and sunny. Let's look at that weekend forecast.
Wait, was 9 degrees the good weather?
Today is about a high of 19.
Okay.
Just currently, it is 9 degrees. Saturday, it will be cloudy and a high of 6. Sunday, periods of rain and a high of 5. Monday, a chance of showers and a high of 5. Coming up a little later, I have weird topics such as Paula White, Florida Man, and a press conference at the Four Seasons. Is it at the hotel or somewhere else? Stay tuned to find out.
It's Friday morning, and today we're talking about tumbling, twinkling, and the MediaPlex's 10th anniversary. So let's take a moment to kick things off and talk about just that. You know, the MediaPlex has come a long way from being a building bought for just a single dollar.
Exactly. I mean, when you take a look at it, you wouldn't know that the building beforehand looked like something out of Impulse.
True.
I mean, technology, social media, all the good stuff.
Speaking of social media, the courses have changed so much over the last 10 years, too. Where social media used to be this little minor element that people had one class on. Now we take 4 classes because that's where the industry is going.
Exactly, and as you see, many great reporters, journalists, TV personalities are all on social media.
You have to have a social media presence in order to succeed.
Either you have a social media presence or they don't hire you.
Pretty much. But you know what? It's nice to hear us talking with the MediaPlex, but let's take a moment to hear about it from the people who have been here since the beginning.
The MediaPlex was a dream. Once we developed our new curriculum for the journalism program, we needed a building, a place to deliver it across all platforms. The college told me, find a building. The mayor, Eddie Francis at the time, called and said, I've got a building and the college can have it for $1. The college agreed, but we had no money. So some friends and expert grant writers, Amanda Gelman, Bob Williams, and Ed Agnew, they found a grant from the Harper government for millions.
And she said, we got the $5 million to build the MediaPlex. Well, the good news was we got the $5 million. The bad news was we only had about 10 months in order to build and complete and spend all that money.
Dave Harrison came to me and said, hey, we're looking at putting together a proposal for what we call the MediaPlex. Can you design a newsroom for us?
I was the first class that came through the doors here at the MediaPlex. I had first graduated from the University of Windsor with a communications degree, and my goal was to go and work at the Windsor Star. Unfortunately, I didn't have the hands-on skills or the portfolio. I happened to meet Veronique, and she talked all about the MediaPlex opening.
So I went out, I got myself a pink hard hat and a pair of boots, and every Friday morning, I turned up with 24 donuts for the workers. And needless to say, things went pretty smoothly after that. Our faculty here were so excited because they knew that this was going to be a game changer for us and for our students.
The remarkable thing about the MediaPlex is what we're able to do here. We're live on Kojiko every Tuesday night. We have a game show, Headline Challenge. We've done federal elections, provincially and federally. So it's just the scope of material that we're able to accomplish out of this place.
I think the most remarkable thing are the students. Watching them grow from their first year into second year.
I'm now the coordinator of the public relations program, so of course this means a lot to me. I think that 8 years ago when this was added, it was a great program and a great fit.
The media landscape is changing and our MediaPlex is rising to that challenge. I have loved every second of the past 10 years, and I know the MediaPlex will continue to thrive and grow.
The best thing about the MediaPlex is working with all the people here, the students and the life that they bring. But really, the number one thing is the people that I work with. They are professionals, but most of all, they're even better humans.
It just brings joy every day to know that you all have a common vision for what the MediaPlex is and can be.
So I'm continuing to look forward to us growing for many years to come.
I'm certain that the next 10 years will be even better.
You know, the past 10 years here at the MediaPlex would not have been possible without our community partners. So Tyler Clapp's taking a moment to talk to one of our friends over at Crime Stoppers.
Hi, today I'm joined by Police Constable Karen Seneve, the police coordinator for Crime Stoppers. Karen, what do you have for us today?
Well, good morning, Tyler, and thanks again for having Crime Stoppers broadcast on MediaPlex. We have an interesting story for you today. I think you've already heard it out in the media a little bit about the hit and run that occurred this past Sunday around 8:45 p.m. in the area of Jefferson Boulevard and Hague Avenue. A young child was struck by a vehicle that fled the scene, therefore a hit and run, and unfortunately that child has passed away as a result of the injuries sustained in that collision. The police are asking for anyone who may have dash cam video surveillance, who may have been driving around in that area at around 8:45 p.m. on Sunday, or anyone in the area who may have been walking around or in that area, if they've seen anything, to please contact police. There are also, the description of the vehicle is a silver-colored SUV crossover that should have front-end damage. Windsor Police are asking you to contact their major crime unit, or if you wish to remain anonymous, you know you can call Crime Stoppers at 519-258-TIPS, or you can contact us online at catchcrooks.com.
Thank you, Karen. We just spent 3 minutes with Police Coordinator Karen Seneve.
Now shifting gears, the University of Windsor is showing its pride, and Tega Albasue has the story.
Recently, the University of Windsor installed a pair of rainbow crosswalks to their campus to celebrate diversity. Robert Gordon, the president of the university, said the crosswalks provide an important message about the inclusive values that exist on the campus. According to a news release, several university partners worked together to provide the cost of installing the crosswalks. Kevin Fawemi, a student at the university, says it is a good addition.
It shows that the university is thinking about all people, even minorities, and it shows inclusivity. So I do think it's a very great idea. Yeah.
Dami Kobe, who is also a student at the university, shares a similar opinion.
Rainbow crosswalks. I didn't even know they did that. I think that's so amazing that they actually felt like they needed to include the LGBTQ.
The permanent Pride crosswalks are located beside the Welcome Center and in front of the CAW Student Center and include 6 colors of the Pride flag along with stripes of brown and black. The crosswalks are one of the entrances of the campus, meaning that as students walk to school, they'll be able to see it. This has been Tega Albasue, reporting for MediaPlex News Now.
Speaking of the university and school often leads to a lot of long days. And after a long day, sometimes you just need a nice hot shower. Or maybe a cold one. Jivan tells us more in this Health Minute.
Taking a shower is a first task many people do in the morning. Some people take hot showers while some prefer cold. Have you ever thought that both showers have different benefits? Let's talk about them. Cold showers calm itchy skin. It wakes you up and increases blood circulation. Cold showers gives your body and hair a healthy glow. On the other hand, hot shower helps to get rid of cold. It helps to relieve stress. Hot showers are best for muscle relaxation. Doctors say it is great for acne as it opens the pores and allows you to clean dirt and oil. There is no evidence, however, that it improves your singing. For MediaPlex News, I am Jeevan Arora.
Well, you know what? Hot or cold, a shower is key after working up a sweat. And the cheerleaders over at North Star Cheer have been around to work up quite a few sweats. Jessica Tatton tells us more.
North Star Cheer has been Windsor's only cheer team since 2006. Owned and coached by Sherry McCurdy-Ducray and Linda McCurdy, they not only teach cheerleading, but teamwork and dedication. Even the name has a story.
I considered a number of options, but North Star represents the North Star that the fugitive slaves followed to Canada on the Underground Railroad. And since my family came here on the Underground Railroad, I figured it would be an appropriate name, and I just liked the way it sounded.
The team participates in all aspects, including pitching ideas for fundraisers.
We actually made scrunchies ourselves. We handmade them and learned how to sew. And we will be selling them once they're all ready for 1 for $5 or 2 for $8. So it's really cute. We have all different colors, and so hopefully that does well.
You can find more information on northstarcheer.ca. With MediaPlex News, I'm Jessica Tatton.
You know, watching cheerleaders at work is impressive. They truly dedicate a ton of time and effort into their art. But meanwhile, I went over to Show Studios to see how other artists are faring during the pandemic. Arts and culture is alive and well. This hub is nurturing arts businesses through the pandemic. Show, art spirit, and performance is home base to a variety of small businesses and artists. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, the creative arts have struggled to keep their businesses running. However, at Show, artists were given a little extra support.
We have done rent reliefs for 3 months for all of our tenants. And of course that was passed on to us by the owner of the building.
At Show, the focus has been on the word pivot, as everyone adapts to meet safety guidelines and maximize use of their space. It's as the saying goes, the show must go on. For MediaPlex News, I'm Albert Sharp. And you know, while artists look to adapt here in Windsor, Amherstburg is currently enjoying an artful spectacle of light. Tristan Zuderveen reports.
Despite the pandemic, Amherstburg's annual River Lights is officially open once more for the holiday season. The breathtaking light displays have returned to Navy Yard Park and Toddy Jones Park. The hope is it revives a sense of cheer in the community.
We've been really responsible with keeping our distance from everybody, wearing masks when we need to. So no, we would never miss this because of COVID.
Lights are a really great way of social distancing, right? So there's not a lot of, you can really easily keep space between people. So it's an awesome thing to do, I think, during the pandemic.
Open nightly November 14th through January 4th. Make sure to stop by and take in the lights at the end of the tunnel of 2020. For MediaPlex News, I'm Tristan Zuderveen.
And you know, with Christmas lights already shining, people are preparing to get their wallets into the holiday spirit. But how are people's holiday spending going to be impacted by the pandemic? Siddharth Krishna has the story.
For many, Christmas is a time of revels and rejoicing, coupled with relentless splurging. However, due to the ongoing pandemic and the restriction of public activities, some have cut back on holiday spendings. Harshal Raval, a big spender on Christmas, tells us how the pandemic affected his savings.
There is really a big change. Like last year, I just remember like $100 shopping, like $100 shopping from Walmart I did. But like right now, due to the pandemic and stuff, I'm not going to spend $100 because it's really, really, really expensive for me right now because due to the COVID situation and all, the pandemic's going on all over the world. So I'm just thinking of spending like $20, $25 or something like that.
Last year, the average Canadian spent about $1,500 on Christmas. For the MediaPlex News, I'm Siddharth Krishna.
And this time of year is full of stresses. We've got the holidays, there are school projects, and the impending poor weather we always get here in Windsor. But sometimes to relax and let it all out, All you need to do is believe and reach for the stars.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Wafa Al-Kudhimi, and you are listening to Believe and Reach for the Stars motivational speech. In today's episode, I will inspire you and talk about the importance of courage in our life. No matter how many skills we have, no matter how hardworking and confident we are, if we don't have the courage, we can't achieve anything. Instead of worrying about your weaknesses, try to change your situation and your mindset. And the key to do that is taking an action by using the courage. T.D. Jakes, in one of his motivational speech, said, "It takes courage to be different. It takes courage to go where you've ever gone before. It takes courage to be successful. It takes courage to win." Yes, everything in this life needs courage. How can you face your fear, your pain, your grief without courage? And the best thing we can do to support people to be successful is giving them the courage. I remember a day in my first year of studying where I was preparing for my finals. Suddenly I felt overwhelmed. I was exhausted, and for a moment I told myself, why I am here? Why did I put this pressure on myself? And what is the end of that? Is it worth it? I felt depressed. I tried to keep my tears in order not to burst in front of my colleagues. However, my instructor noticed that I wasn't good. He came and asked me, "Is everything going well, Wafa? Do you have any problem?" I said no. Then I started to cry. He told me to follow him to his office, and he started to calm me down. He gave me many compliments about my work. He said, "Don't be harsh on yourself. Why are you overwhelming everything? You know that you are doing very well, and you are a lovable person by your instructors. So why you put all this pressure on yourself?" I was just crying. Then he said a couple words that I will never ever forget them. He said, "Wafa, I may have a type of a prophecy, and I want to tell you something. I am pretty sure that one day thousands of people will hear you. Your voice will reach them, and you will touch their hearts." These amazing and kind words gave me an infinite happiness. This courage took me to another world and greatly boosted my self-confidence. I will never ever forget this courage by that instructor and his kindness. Our confidence can be built through taking correct actions, but it takes courage. We are more powerful than we think, but we should realize that and keep going. I am Wafa Al-Kudhimi, and you were listening to Believe and Reach for the Stars motivational speech.
Are you interested in what we do here at the MediaPlex? Then join us tomorrow online for a virtual open house. Information is available on the St. Clair College website, stclaircollege.ca. Come and check out the MediaPlex and St. Clair College to see what we have to offer. But for now, let's hear what our professors have to say about our little slice of St. Clair College.
Journalism enables people to be well-informed. It's documenting history. It's an extraordinary way for people to be connected with their community.
What happens in the world affects us. What happens in our community affects us. What happens in the province affects us. and we get to be the eyes and ears and tell the stories. There are many stories that need to be told, and those things add value to our life.
It's neat to know that so many people are relying on me. It makes you strive for perfection, or it makes you strive for accuracy.
The journalism program here at St. Clair College is a convergence journalism program. Convergence means the merging together of print, radio, and television, and the web, and putting all different stories into 3 or 4 different platforms.
I can go out now and I can understand how to write a print. I know how to do social media. I can shoot a video. So you start to trust yourself and to use your journalistic skills.
In 21st century newsrooms, journalists have to be able to do it all.
We ask every one of our reporters to tell stories in multiple ways.
There's a different style of writing for print than there is for radio, than there is for television. And it's really important that the information gets out that is true to those platforms.
We are one of the few, if not the only, program that is actually taking students to a live broadcast and giving them that opportunity and that experience.
I want to be a journalist because I think I like to listen other stories.
午间好，这里是媒体综合新闻节目，我是谭一丹，欢迎收
I
看。
find that the students that come out of St. Clair College are already at or above where some of our broadcast employees have been over the last several years.
I feel that I made the greatest decision I could by choosing this program because I have learned so much, and I think that I can only grow from here.
I would hands down recommend the program to someone considering it. I would recommend it to someone that's not even considering it. They teach you such a vast array of different skills, different platforms, different things that you could really apply to so many different careers.
Based on literally hundreds of interns I've seen over the years, St. Clair students are better prepared to go into the work environment in media than most students coming out of colleges and universities across North America.
I think it's that very comprehensive curriculum that we have that creates converged journalists that sets this journalism school apart.
And you know, while we here at the MediaPlex are constantly looking for the next big story, a certain weirdo among us is looking for something a little bit different. It's time for Weird News.
We have reached the end of a long work week, so sit back and relax because it's time for the weirdest news found on the internet. NJ.com reports Paula White-Cain, the White House spiritual advisor, called on angels in Africa and South America to come to the President Donald Trump's aid in his fight to hold on to the presidency. White-Cain then broke out into a chant of strike and strike and strike, and I hear the sound of victory, followed by victory, 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 and this went on for a while. In the video, there is also a man walking right behind her about 10 times, and I've got to say, I got a little lost.
You know, having worked as a tech and a stagehand, sometimes we'll be working and we'll have no idea what's going on stage, so I bet he didn't even know what was coming out of her mouth.
Probably, but he probably became more of a viral sensation than she did.
Surprisingly enough.
Time to travel to a place where that is considered normal. It's time for...
Florida Man, Florida Man, does whatever a Florida man can. Look out, here comes the Florida Man.
Just when you thought Florida Man is getting boring, there are stories like this one that pop up. A Florida man is accused of stealing a chainsaw by sticking it down his pants. That's right, you heard me. What could go wrong?
A lot could go wrong.
The Daily Mail reports that Anthony Ballard of Port Lucie, Florida, walked into Treasure Coast Lawn Equipment and asked the cashier if he had change for $1. See, that should have been the tip-off right there.
He could have bought a MediaPlex for that $1.
He could have, but then it was the employees that noticed that he was jamming a chainsaw down his pants. Sadly for Ballard, workers noticed, and he was later arrested.
Please tell me nothing happened.
Well, lucky there was no massacre, so... Albert, imagine you are going to a press conference at a luxurious hotel.
I am imagining it.
And then you realize it's in the back of a landscaping business.
I am no longer imagining it.
That is exactly what happened during a booking for a press briefing. According to USA Today, Rudy Giuliani held a press conference in the rear of a business named the Four Seasons Total Landscaping in Northeast Philadelphia.
All right. I mean, it's not a Four Seasons hotel, but...
Yeah, at least it's the Four Seasons. I mean, come on. To make this better, the business was located between a crematorium and an adult bookstore.
Wait, what is that? What is that street planning? An adult bookstore, a landscaping business, and a crematorium all in a row. I'm getting this correct.
Yes, you are. And also, it's like a it's like you can get all your errands done on one street.
What does your to-do list look like?
You don't want to know.
I really don't.
But I have a bigger question. Who was planning this? Who would book this?
I have no idea.
That's the weirdness for this week. Bit of randomness. They always say don't stay out too late. In 2020, the bars close at 10. I'm Zach Belloc, and you can't make this stuff up.
All right, Zach, it's your turn. I need you to imagine something.
Okay.
Imagine you're a big, strong athlete.
I can't imagine that, but go ahead.
Well, all the athletes here at St. Clair College are overjoyed because St. Clair College just unveiled its brand new $26 million sports park earlier this week. Let's take a look at it.
It's a warm ribbon cutting because of all the planning and the work that's been done in this. So let's get going.
The word from our athletic recruiting department is that this sports park has already created a buzz amongst athletes throughout our region and across the province who want to step onto these fields.
The huge crowds which have turned out for our basketball and volleyball games since we built the Sportsplex several years ago clearly demonstrate that if you build it, they will come. For our outdoor sports, the Field of Dreams that we open today will, I'm sure, be as welcomed by fans as it is by athletes.
Once the pandemic has passed and we can actually stage games and events here, I hope you all will be back to enjoy the sports park as the exciting site that it is meant to be.
You get a pretty good glimpse of what the project is today, and hopefully that story tells you what it's going to be, the premier sports facility in the Canadian college system.
It was really the product, my wife, that said, honey, I need a great place to play tennis, so that's why we're here today. But I know how much it means, not only to be academically sound, but physically sound, and to have all of those interactions.
This will attract high-caliber athletes, coaches, and other professionals to the city of Windsor. The unique fitness offerings will benefit students and members of the public that purchase memberships or join upcoming programs.
This sports park will generate a buzz about St. Clair College, encouraging students from far and wide to pursue their education and love of sport right here in Windsor, Essex.
We have a message from Billie Jean King directly to this entire group here today. Congrats to St. Clair College on the opening of the new Zeckelman Tennis Center. Special thanks to Stephanie and Barry Zeckelman for funding the center. Tennis is a lifetime sport, and it's wonderful to hear about new investment in these challenging times. Billie Jean King, thank you.
Now it's our turn to build a legacy of champions on these fields and in this tennis center. Get ready for the winning, Windsor Essex County, and those schools across the province and across Canada. We are St. Clair College, and we are Saints Strong.
That is all for our show this week. Friday Live's a student-run radio production right here at St. Clair College that would not be possible without the contributions from this week's team. Kayla Tarnowski, Zachary Balog, Tyler Clapp, Simranjeet Kaur, Jivan Arora, Tega Al-Basiwe, Tristan Zuderveen, Siddharth Krishna, and Wafa Al-Qadimi. I've been your host, Albert Sharp. Have an excellent weekend, everybody, and stay safe.